Hi guys, welcome back to another nation. It's another DIY video. This one, of course, we had a special guest, and you will see that as you watch. It was really fun to watch them make and create together. I was not a part of this process, but it's okay. And as I'm stepping here, let me show you guys something. Hold up. So Jax is home with doing virtual learning, right? So he badly wanted to carve out a pumpkin. So he and his dad. This is not a DIY, but this is what they did together. Now, say what you will. He's into the Halloween spirit, okay? So, I don't know. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. And you can see another piece that they created together. So you guys stay safe. You guys, please wear your masks. Please follow the guidelines. Things are messy outside, but I'm happy that we're here to entertain you and bring you home decor inspiration. Now, to take care of some business, don't forget to comment and subscribe and turn on notifications when we post a video. We will be posting Monday through Friday every day, and we're just going to take the weekend out to kind of regroup and get ready again for another week. So expect videos every day up until Friday, and then we'll take a break on the weekend. So stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Hey folks, how you doing? I'm in the lab again, working on a DIY project, one that's going to come for you. And I think you've seen the piece that I'm actually working on. It's actually a shadow box. Let me show you exactly what it is. But I wanted you to see, first and foremost, that you can take some of the things that you've been using and you can upcycle it, right? You can we found this shadow box in, let me show it to you first. Here we go. We found the shadow box in, I think it was HomeGoods. With the shadow box, what happened was one of the succulents actually fell off. So I opened up the shadow box itself. I'm going to have to do some cleaning, pretty much to get it back the way it's supposed to be. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to add to the shadow box, right? I want to give different texture, a different look to the shadow box itself. I don't want to get rid of the succulents themselves, right? But I wanted to add something to it. So guess what I came up with? I came up with the styrofoam ball, which in turn I cut in half. Cut it in half. Very easy to actually do. And then I wrapped it in the air dry clay right here, right? So you wrap it in the air dry clay, try to get it as thin as possible because the width of this box will not allow you to get anything of real depth in there. So you want to make sure that you measure first and foremost so that you'll be able to put this back on, and it will not stop it from actually you actually putting it on, right? So once I did it, I already wrapped some of the foam already. Matter of fact, I wrapped these two already. It looked like little pods, but you notice with the air dry clay or any clay that you wrap this with, it's going to crack. So what you want to do is you probably want to go back over it and fill it again. Fill these spots with clay and allow it to dry once again. Once you do that, then you can paint it. So I'm going to show you the finished product once I finish here. But I wanted to show you this project, which is easy DIY to upcycle some damaged shadow boxes and frames and things like that you find in HomeGoods and HomeSense and TJ Maxx and all those other places. And you don't necessarily have to go out and buy things that are already in place. Some things you can just do on your own, which gives you your own style, right? So more to come.
Okay, today I'm going to be painting these things and with acrylic paint.
Yep. What color is it?
It is like, it's like a normal gray.
Gray? Okay. I think they call it, I think it's a satin gray or something like that. A slate gray or something like that.
Yeah, satin gray.
Slate. Okay. Cool. Go ahead.
Let's get started.
All right, folks, I'm back in the lab. I need to paint that board the board white first. I'm going to do that. I stripped off the material that was actually on it, on the on this side. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint this board white because I need for it to be white for what I'm going to do next. This is a flat white I'm using here. I want to get these darker spots on out of the way. Okay, now it's time to prepare the gesso. You will need something as simple as a cut-off bottle for your acrylic paint. You will need another one for your glue, and one more for your cornstarch, which is to hold it together. Here we go with the cornstarch. I go with the Argo cornstarch. It works well for us. The acrylic paint I got from Target. I think this is a kind of milk color, if I'm not mistaken. And your simple basic school glue. Again, this is a 3-part solution. We will have this 1 ounce cup that you need 4 tablespoons. It takes 1/4 of each one of these solutions to get what is exactly what you want. So I use that, right? So we start with our Argo cornstarch first. I will get 4 tablespoons to make that 1/4 cup. I try to be as clean as possible so that I don't make a mess. I like to keep it as clean as possible. So we're going to do 4 of those. And I like to keep it separated. Make sure your space is dry. Make sure your space is clean. Now we will move on to our see what else we're gonna do. Let's do our Elmer glue next. Same thing. You need at least 4 ounces, or what I would say is 4 tablespoons, to give you that 1/4 cup. So that's 1 right there. Yep, it pours slowly, so just bear with me. I probably will go through this, speed through this piece fairly quickly. I just want to make sure that you all get the measurements down correctly, because if you don't get the measurements down correctly, then your solution, your gesso is not going to come out the way it's actually supposed to come out. Okay, it's time to move into our acrylic paint. So one thing you need to know about the acrylic paint is normally what happens is you use the white acrylic paint because you're doing the gesso in white, but I'm doing it in this milk color. So I'm not going to use the 4 tablespoons. I'm just going to use a little bit because you don't need 4 ounces or 4 tablespoons, that 1/4 cup, to actually to get the coloring that you actually need. So here we go. It's going to take a little longer to get it out the bottle. That's fine. You don't need a whole lot. Just as you see me, I just put a little bit in there, and we'll work from there. Next, we will go with mixing it together. Get you a small bowl. Doesn't need to be big at all. Just a good sized bowl where you can mix your cornstarch. I start with the cornstarch first. I put it into the bowl. Make sure you get all of it out. Next, you will probably see me get the glue, which in turn is going to take a little longer to get out because you know how sticky glue is. So my little wooden stick that I showed you earlier, I will take that out, and I'll probably try to get as much glue out as possible. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and begin to stir the glue and the cornstarch to see what kind of consistency we have before we go with the acrylic paint. So I'm going to stir. Probably want to stir for let's stir for about 5 minutes, making sure that you get as much as that cornstarch and glue together so that you can see if you have a clumpy consistency or you have a watered down consistency. And what I have here is a clumpy consistency. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably try to add just a little bit of water after I add the paint. But here we go. Look at that. It's not too clumpy at all. It has some movement in it. This is exactly how you want to see your gesso before you put your acrylic paint in. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of water because I want to loosen it up just a little bit just before I put the acrylic paint in. Hopefully this will work out well. Now that we have the consistency right and we have the texture that we want, let's go ahead and add our acrylic in. Use your stick, which comes in very, very handy to get that paint out the bottom. Again, you did not need a quart of paint. All you needed, because it's already all white, this is going to help give that touch of color that you're actually looking for. Next, you want to find you a container, some type of airtight container where you can store your gesso when you're with the before you actually use it. So there you have it. That's how you make gesso. Get prepared for the next step. Hey folks, I made the gesso and I'm back. I put a small coat of I would like to say primer paint on this board that I'm going to be using just to kind of killed some of the dark color. It was like almost a cardboard, so I wanted to do that. But the good thing is the gesso that I did make has like a satin milk color. It is a kind of like a brownish color that I'm going to use, and here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started, okay? I'm using one of the stain brushes to see how that's going to work. It's such a small project. I don't want to pull out a big brush. Texture is good on this gesso, I can tell you that. I like the way it's going on. It's not going on smooth, but it's thick, exactly what I wanted, so that you can really see the texture of it and see the texture behind it. That's exactly what you want to do when you're dealing with this with this gesso. Not trying to press down on the texture. That's been done. I'm gonna have to sit it down right now for just a moment so I can get these edges. No need to rush. This is your project. This is your baby. This small brush strokes. Get you some detail, some character in your paint. Don't make it look too clumpy. Take your time on the edges, because the edges really require a little more work. So I got my gesso board actually done. It's dried already. You see I put some designs in there. Now it's time to put the items on. I'm going to use these small nails that's going to come from the back, as well as the hot glue gun that's over there also to help keep the items on the board. So this is a simple way of doing your DIY project. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and you will see the finished results. So I'm getting ready to put the succulent and my handmade stones on the board, which I did in gesso. I did this one already. What I'm using is a small nail to come in from the bottom, and then the hot glue to kind of glue it down. So you have something to sit, you glue it, put the glue on first, then you sit it down. I'm going to show you actually how to actually do that. But what you want to do is make sure your measurements are right also. So I got my ruler here, my tape measure right here, and I measured from one side of the board to the other side of the board, and it's probably like just under 9 inches. So I kind of guesstimated, did 4.5 inches to kind of be in the center. And so that's how I actually centered it. So from every one going down, it will be 4.5 inches in regards to where I put the nail at, the nail head at, coming through the bottom, and where I will put the glue at and sit the element, either the succulent or the stone itself, right? And that will give you a good centering. You really want to make sure that you center your stuff correctly. You just don't want to throw stuff together. And I measured from each one of them right at probably little under, probably right at 3 1/4. 3 1/4 each way should give me a centered look on the board from left to right. From top to bottom, please forgive me, and from left to right. You want to make sure that your stuff is actually centered. So again, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take the nail, have the nail go through the bottom from that measurement that I had, right? A little small nail, not big at all. You need something to sit on. And the glue gun itself, right? Got to use the glue gun to keep it down. So you want to have those two pieces so that you can actually secure it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this.
All right, guys. So let me get it. Hold on. Okay, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the step that JB laid out in the process. This is what it looks like. One thing I told JB that maybe what I can do is to change this lighter wood right here to a darker color so it can have a brighter pop. That's just what I feel, okay? But I think it was a really good DIY. I think it was a really good idea. I think he just showed his creative side, and to see Jackson be a part of that, I was really impressed with it. To take something and create, and I will definitely be styling this. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put it yet. This might be, I might put it in Jack's room just because it's something that he did with his dad. But I hope you guys were inspired by the idea. Be open-minded. That's something I struggle with all the time. Be open-minded. I'm just like this girl. So thanks, JB. Thanks, Jackson. I honestly appreciate you guys doing this. I want to share with you guys on the platform. So enjoy. I hope you enjoy. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.